Good morning.
What's up?
Good morning. Good morning.
Great
everyone.
morning, y'all.
Good morning. This is the Art Beauty Equilibrium podcast coming from you live from Los Angeles, California. This is July, is it 27th?
27, bro.
Correct.
Yes. We got a couple of things in store for you today. We have a guest, and I guess let's get right into it. Let me introduce this gentleman. He is pound for pound one of the best fighters out there. Number 6 in the world, number 1 in Bellator. Pound for pound, one of the best fighters. Let me bring to you AJ McKee.
That's right.
Yay.
AJ,
Hey, how you doing?
thanks
What's
so
up?
much for joining us today.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Morning.
Man,
Thank you
so
for having me.
yeah, we got a big fight this weekend, huh?
Yes,
Goodness.
sir.
So let's get right into it, man. You are I got to keep it real. You a badass, bro. I was looking at your fights. God damn, you scared the hell out of me because I would not want to see you in an alley, bro.
Take a lot of guts to get in there like that.
Yes, and you come from a family of fighters. Training, your dad used to train. Some dope fighters. What's his name? I am losing myself.
I have one question for you. Something that's always been interesting to me is when someone can make their mind up at a young age and get locked in, you know what I mean, and know, like, this is my thing. For you, what moment was that when it comes to fighting in MMA? When did you know, like, this is my lane?
I've kind of always known since I was a kid, but I'd say, man, I started fighting young. I started wrestling at 4, started doing jiu-jitsu at probably like 8 or 9.
Oh.
And then we used to do amateur fights before amateur was even around. So it's just kind of been in me the whole time.
Man, been fighting since 4.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So
Natural hands.
man, so like I said, your dad got you into it, you know, and I know you do a lot of other stuff, but you stuck with fighting, right?
So
Yeah.
And right now, this fight right now, because they say, like I said, you know, you're number 1 in
Undefeated.
Bellator, undefeated. You
Oh,
know,
man.
what does this fight mean to you? Because I guess now you're getting, you know, your recognition, and you should have been getting it. So what does this fight mean to you?
Man, this fight is, I feel like it's the beginning to my stardom. Being able to bring the continued legacy to the family, you know what I mean? Be able to conquer my first world title. That's about it, man. I'm just looking forward to getting that world title and continuing the legacy and becoming a champion.
I have a question for you. As you prepare for your next fight, and as confident as you are in your ability, are you ever a bit nervous before fights?
I'd say I'm nervous right when I walk out. When I hit that stage to walk out, that's about it.
You said that's when you are nervous?
Yeah, that's the only time.
Hey, that's a real answer, because I'm pretty sure with that you probably there's a level of humility that's there. You know what I'm saying? That makes you treat your opponent, you know, give everybody a fair, you know. Sometimes you can get overconfident with your opponent and not be scared and go out there and get your ass whooped.
But
Yeah.
it's impressive because his look on his face is like there's no
You can't sense it.
you can't sense anything. This
Yeah.
dude, man, and when he win, you know, it's like He looked
It's
like
always that deep breath.
Yeah.
Right when I get to the cage, I take that deep breath, and I'm like, all right, it's your turn. And I walk in the cage, and it's like everything goes out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the great ones, it comes down to being able to, like, you know, hone in and calm that nervousness, because it's always there, even in all sports, pressure moments, you know.
And what's so amazing to me is you're so calm and so humble. You know, one thing I know is in the ring, you badass. And I heard that in training, you're even worse. Like, you do not play when it comes to training. Everybody, you know, is accountable for their training, and you get in everybody's face when it's time to go. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? They say you're only as strong as your weakest link. So I try to push everybody in the gym to be better.
So we got Bellator 263 coming up Saturday, July 31st. Your opponent, Pitbull, brings my next question. He says that you are an amazing young fighter, but he wants to complete you. And he has this idea that you cannot be a complete fighter until you have suffered a loss. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to get in my head, trying to play his little games.
Yeah.
We got a different walk. Maybe his walk he needed to lose, but
Maybe you got to take an L over there. With the way he walks.
Ain't no such thing as completing shit with a loss, right?
I'd rather be undefeated. Yeah.
Pretty much
18
AJ
and no.
said, I'm not losing.
That goes into my question for you. I want to know, honestly, we see that you have the number one ranking right now, and we know that you have it as far as physicality. How do you mentally prepare for your mental toughness for a fight? Because, you know, just like you said, someone's trying to get into your head. Like, what advice would you give to people to try to, like, stay on their square as far as, like, your mentality?
well, I read in the Art of War, mental warfare is the number one warfare. So if I could get in these dudes' heads, that's already one step done. You know what I mean? That's the biggest war. It's the mental aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just make sure I keep my mind on lock. I'm already a go-getter, so I'm gonna push it. You know what I mean? So I can't push it anymore. We'll go out on my shield, and that's just the mindset I have. So just knowing that, you know, and obviously him having however many losses he has on his career, if there's a way out, he'll take that way out. You know.
Right.
Right.
There's probably been multiple opportunities in my career where I've had an opportunity to take the way out, taking fights with broken hands, just, you know what I mean, just doing dumb stuff. But at the end of the day, like, I just go in there and I leave it all in there. And I feel like that's my craft, that's my gift, my God-given gift, is to just go in there and be great. It's like, I'm scared of that person in that cage. I call him the mercenary for a reason. Like, he signs contracts and he takes people out. And, like, kill or be killed is the mindset.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
So
amazing.
you fought him with a broken hand, because I know you definitely had like a broken leg or something also, and you came back from that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I tore my LCL in the first round of the fight and then fought 3 rounds.
Damn.
Okay.
That's amazing. So
amazing.
that's a good message for today. Kill or be
Exactly.
killed, you know?
Yeah.
Jesus
A
Christ.
mercenary, man. We really appreciate you for coming on the show. We're going to look forward to this fight.
Yes, ladies and
Saturday,
gentlemen.
July 31st. We'll definitely be watching and rooting for you.
Showtime.
Yeah, I think I'm
18 and
I'm
no,
more
man.
likely going to this fight because, man, I got to see this in person.
Yeah.
I
Ladies
feel
and
you.
gentlemen, you
Well,
listen
good
to
luck
the
to
RB
you.
The Equilibrium podcast, and we have AJ McKee on here with us today, and that's what you're listening to right now. I just want to say it again, and thank you, AJ, again.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Really
bro.
appreciate you, boss.
Have a great day.
Anytime. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Peace and blessings.
All right. All right. Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Y'all,
that
tune
dude
in
is.
Saturday.
I'm definitely a big fan. Oh, okay. Let's get right into it. You know,
Okay, let's come out.
Once again, that was AJ McKee, you guys.
Now, switching gears a little bit, they have a petition now on change.org to remove your man Kevin Samuels from YouTube and Instagram. People are that fed up with his ass.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? That goes. I'm against cancel culture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
Like,
canceling people, man.
Yeah, I'm just. I don't know about that.
You know what? This is actually a controversial topic. We've talked about this in the shop a
Yeah,
lot,
we get
and
a lot of
it
back
goes
and forth.
it goes back to a lot of the comments that are made about women are usually negative when it comes to African American women on the show. And he had one show where I remember watching it, and I said, "Oh, he went too far," and I meant that not from my own personal point of view, but just knowing the cancel culture. I know when you
the internet.
yeah,
Was coming.
you know when you feel the energy when it's like when he had the other women on there that were speaking about they weren't African American, and the topic was why are African American women losing their high value men, and when they had other ethnicities chiming in on that topic, I felt the energy shift, and I said,
he's getting in trouble for this.
yeah, that's not gonna go well.
And
So what are y'all thoughts on it, man?
Well, I do understand that different cultures, have different ways of treating each other, but instead of pointing the finger, and I know I have done it back in my time, dating several races, I have experienced, different ways of being treated, and
That sounds funny. I'm sorry. I've dated several races.
I think more of pointing the finger. I think we need to, get to a point of understanding each other and, why certain cultures treat, each other the way they do. And we need to stop. One thing that I really see is that we need to stop pointing the finger at who's right and wrong in our culture and try to figure out a happy medium so we can understand one another, so we can have a better community. Because, whether Kevin Samuels or not, we're still fighting. And I know other cultures keep their, BS in-house. They don't, expose it too much. So we need to do the same thing. We need to stop pointing the finger and exposing our hands, to other cultures. And
I think he's just on their head, man. And it's like,
yeah,
at a certain point, when you open the door for like bullying, that's you could throw that out there. Are you targeting a specific group of people?
Yeah, you're right.
But at the end of it,
I don't think he should
it's
be,
freedom of speech.
I don't think he should be taken off the air. That's a bit much.
Look, we have freedom of speech in this country, but maybe not on YouTube, maybe not on Instagram. It's a lot of stuff we can't say.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like Kevin Samuels is he's rude. Don't get me wrong, but that's for entertainment purposes.
Rude.
Well, whatever that bluntness is that people deem as rude,
it's sales.
It's sales.
It's sales,
Right.
Because he just had an interview with.
He had 1 million subscribers
But
on YouTube.
outside
that's
of
not
that,
easy to do.
I think people are nitpicking at the rudeness and using that to get him forced off air. When the real thing is they don't want to be accountable. You know what I'm saying? I think he's speaking facts on some levels, and it's forcing people to have to be accountable. And because of that, we don't like to be accountable these days. So we just run and cancel people instead of growing and accepting the truth about ourselves. We rather just blame it on our birth sign.
But I mean,
or some weird shit.
I mean, everybody doesn't have to be held accountable. I don't think, because these platforms are not holding every single person accountable.
They're not.
And in real life, that's how it is. In a family, it's not. You're not gonna have like the like a.
Yeah.
It's just across the board. You're not going to have that all the time. And I feel like a lot of people are treating YouTube. I mean, this is not a scholarly source. We say it all the time. We're not experts, So he is like a relationship. He does have those accolades. But, I mean, I feel like if you're going to listen to the person who you like to feel comfortable listening to, whatever. Like, some people you gonna think is a hater,
Right.
And that's what some of this stuff sounds like. Like, you
I
being
just
a
think
hater.
we need to look at the content. Let's really break it down. Why are they petitioning to take him off? What is the problem
That's
with
where I was
Kevin
going with it.
Samuels?
So listen,
What is the problem?
when he started, you go back to his earlier shows, he wasn't primarily focused on
talking
women
He's
or
talking to
African American.
men.
He's talking to
Hard on men.
right? And no one really paid attention to the extent they are now. So that comes back to your question. What is it about talking about women
Well, that's because that's where the
is just so.
Well, that's where
delightful.
the ratings are. That's where the views are.
Exactly.
I mean, this is my thing. When he was keeping it a buck about men, that shit was entertaining then too, because it was true too. Some of the things he was saying about men were true.
You going in and out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you're trying to stop. You're trying to stop what he's trying to say, but basically, you're having people. He's having people on his show that are speaking on stuff that they don't even know about anyway. So to ask another woman who probably doesn't have a relationship with the African American woman or even knows the truth or facts or whatever, because somebody's not going to basically tell this person. They're saying, "Oh yeah, I have a high value man," and yada yada yada. You're just saying what's in your head. You're not necessarily speaking facts. You know, you may be saying your own biases or what you were taught, not necessarily the truth. So.
I'm not saying, but see, I'm not even saying that that's wrong. That's gonna come off very offensive. However, we still need to focus on the conversation and the things that are being discussed. That's what I would like to start paying attention to. I don't care about if a Mexican woman or a Latino woman, had an opinion on a black woman, and because she has an opinion on a black woman, now she's wrong. That can be offensive. I get it. But if she says some shit that's right, it's right. Vice versa. I'm standing on what's right and what's wrong. That's it. I give a fuck about who it come from. I care, like the same way with him. He says a lot of things that are right. But because of that, people want to start talking about his sexuality and different things. We always start talking about a bunch of things that don't matter, and that takes away from the actual territory, man. Well, we got to stop doing that, because you take away from what's necessary.
That's never going to change. The more you blow up, the more successful you are at anything. You open yourself up to scrutiny and
I mean, people aren't going to stop because everybody thinks that they're able to speak on anything. That's what social media is. You know, you got everybody from Timbuktu speaking on every damn thing. That's the whole point, you know?
Right. So if everybody's speaking on everything, then let everybody speak on everything. And how about we focus on what's being talked about for once?
Okay, hold up. Shonda just said our stereotypes right, and that's basically what we're talking about. Because even though you're talking about the typical angry black woman,
that's typical.
That's his bread and butter, right?
Right.
That's not. That's a stereotypical.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I meant.
That's what I'm saying.
That's stereotypical.
Let's get it right.
That's the.
You know.
What I'm saying is, if you're talking about our stereotypes, right? That's the typical. This is an angry black woman. You know what I mean? Same way every group has stereotypes, and you take a few people, few characteristics, and you generalize everybody with that.
But shouldn't we be smart enough to know that this is not everyone?
That's the whole point. Yeah, no.
We
that's
should
the whole point.
be.
Yeah,
this ain't everybody, but this is a lot of people, and vice versa.
No, I mean, I honestly feel like.
But you can apply that to any stereotype. That don't make that right. That don't make that right, bro. That's like saying
all black people like chicken. We do. But everybody like fried chicken. If
this same energy was centered around black men, do you think it'd be a petition to get this nigga off air? Hell no.
I mean, Derek Jackson.
And that's where
it would have to be offensive.
But I think Derek Jackson also was.
It wasn't offensive when he was asking niggas if they
He's a man.
But he had the same.
You see what I'm saying?
So
that's different. That's different energy.
Exactly.
He's a man. Now flip it. If it was a white man or a woman talking about brothers, that would start to get more traction with the negative energy.
Yeah, but I know you've seen some of them videos though where white men have kept it 100% about the black race, which is
and the cancel culture.
Yeah, but were they right?
Out. It doesn't matter.
See,
the stereotypes.
That's my thing, right?
You act like we live in a country where you could just say some real 100% right shit and it's gonna float well.
I mean, I could keep it a buck about the white race right now with certain things, and it's gonna be offensive.
But I'm just saying to myself, this is
it can be offensive. Go ahead, Sheen.
I mean, I just feel like this.
Niggas don't keep it a buck no more, man.
He's speaking, but
a buck is your buck. It's not everybody's buck.
He's speaking something that's basically relevant to his show and his content right now. Okay, it doesn't make it true. It doesn't make it right. This is a thing that's blowing him up right now. Okay,
It is.
So the fact that he has the women. And he's also talking about why, and specifically why black women can't get a high value man and keep him. I mean, that's very relevant to his topic and his show and his content, but at the same time, he's not speaking facts, he's not speaking the truth. You know what I mean? If you want to go back to it, as far as history is concerned or whatever, this is kind of like teetering on now. Like, okay, you're getting into basically like saying, why do we have these issues? They're not talking about the underlying issues in our community, in our race. So that is very.
And that's the thing.
Ain't nobody trying to solve no problems.
That is very. That's
that's
like
what
the
we need
bottom.
to do is try to solve the problem instead of pointing the finger.
Exactly. That's the
what I was
bottom
trying to say
line of
earlier.
this, and that's why other races and other cultures, it's kind of looking like something right now, because now you have other people speaking on the reason that they can probably not ever understand, or they didn't have to go through, or they weren't oppressed. So it's like, it's different things that are the underlying issues, and
Brandon
people want
just
to
said-
cancel him, and I still don't think it's right, even if he is saying offensive. But
Right.
What's that say?
He said there is an audience for that type of
Exactly.
content, and there's money to
for
be made.
anything, yeah.
Especially
Exactly,
when it's
because-
sensationalized. So that's what you're doing. You're
And
taking a stereotype,
that's all they're
sensationalizing it, making
And-
money off of it.
And
You
of
know?
course, they're making money off our stereotype.
Right.
Eating it up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Making
Once
bread.
again, we need to stop pointing the finger.
Yeah.
And we need to finally have more conversations instead of, jabbing at each other, because it's not going to
But
get us
I'm just
anywhere.
saying, if somebody came out today, a Caucasian man, and started doing a podcast about Karens, right? It will be the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They will be blowing up, and that's one stereotype. And the name,
But Karens be tripped like.
But I'm just
See,
saying,
you missing,
But the thing is-
you missing the bus, man.
But the funny thing is, right?
The bus
'cause
left you.
The funny thing is, right? Like Kevin Samuels had this white lady. He was, he had a segment where he was talking about this white lady in her podcast, right? And how she was going in on guys, calling them boys,
Right.
And then she quickly retracted her statement because they're not going for that, and that's the thing is they stood up for themselves and was like, look, you're not about to talk about us, on social media. She apologized and everything for going in on who she felt was boys and the people who felt offended by it. So once again, we need to stop pointing the finger. We need to figure out a solution. Just like everything else.
Can't be mad at him and then be a fan of love and hip hop.
And see,
That's
and,
a bar.
and that's and
Same thing.
right.
Yeah.
Right. See, but the thing is but one show makes you have to be more accountable, I think, and that's
It
the
ain't.
problem.
No, you love it.
See,
They
you-
love
you-
it. They
No,
love
listen,
it. They
listen,
love the
listen.
mess. They love
There's
the.
no
just like-
accountability at
Yeah.
all. Accountability does not exist. Going off on somebody does not hold
I
them
swear,
accountable.
I'm gonna just stand in this truth, and I don't care how it make me look.
How are they-
only
how are
problem
they
with
being
Kevin,
held accountable?
the problem with Kevin Samuels is on some levels, not all, he is forcing women to have to look
How?
at themselves and make some changes, and they don't want to do that shit.
Well, once
and that's
again-
why the nigga got to go now.
Once again,
That's
what is
how
that
I feel.
doing?
He's not forcing
That's
nobody
pointing
to
the
make no
finger.
changes, bro.
I mean,
It's just
okay,
conversation.
But for every action, there's a reaction. I'm tired of us getting pointed at enough. Niggas get pointed at all the time. Soon as we point the finger back at the other species, we always get it. It can never be done. Every time it's time to sit at the table, for the most part, not all. It seems like to me, in my experience and talking to people in life experience, women struggle with accountability more than men do.
Where is this? Where are you getting this information?
That's just how
from?
that's
Because,
just-
I mean, I just feel like
One,
I'm
just
just
have
saying
to-
that's how I feel.
you just have to create healthy conversations. I
And
mean,
that's it.
I mean,
Instead
that's
of-
Right,
once again,
but
what
the
you're
way to
doing-
get to the next level is it has to
But
start
Lynden-
with accountability. If you're not going to be
Listen,
accountable, we
Lynden-
cannot grow.
Lynden, what you're doing right now is the main thing that we're talking about that won't get the conversation going. You're
Yeah.
pointing the finger.
Okay, but but you got to start somewhere.
Lynden.
As soon as we start, he got to go.
Lynden.
No, I don't. Now, see that
I
I
didn't have
don't
a
agree
problem. He
with.
was pointing the finger at us either. So don't play
I
it
don't.
like
I don't
that.
agree with it.
When
You
he
have
was
to go.
attack- when he was
Center. People got to take this for what it
When
is.
he
It's
was
entertaining.
attacking men,
And that is-
that wasn't a problem for us most men. Niggas wasn't tripping when he was attacking men. I'm gonna get a petition to keep the nigga on. Forget that. Because when he was blasting us, we wasn't tripping. We was laughing at us the same way. The same way I'm laughing at this nigga blasting
my
women
God.
is the same way I've been laughing when he was blasting men. The only difference is I don't have a problem when I'm blasting men because I don't struggle with accountability.
Blasting men. Okay.
But when it's time to go at the other species, it's always a problem. Nigga, tell me, y'all niggas know.
All right.
Know? Niggas ain't gonna keep it a buck. Niggas know what nigga behind closed doors. Niggas know.
Behind closed doors.
That's that bullshit, bro.
You been blasted.
That's where it's at. That's where I'm at. But I don't give a fuck. You can call me chauvinistic. I don't give a damn, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping it a buck.
Keeping it a buck.
If I got to keep it a buck about my black ass all the time as a man, then others can do the same.
Who says that? Nobody says.
Others can do the same. Nah, because y'all know we be living in this fake ass world where it's like nobody can say nothing about a woman and point out her character flaws on any level. We cannot do it for some reason. But men sit back and get blasted 24/7.
Are you talking about personally?
I'm talking about period. Nigga, period. This ain't just my experience. This is all niggas. I'm speaking on behalf of all niggas.
Look, we didn't spend too much time on this conversation. Let's move along.
For all men.
They gonna be a lot of y'all texting me and DMing right now, nigga. That's right, nigga. It's cool. It's cool.
All right.
With all due respect.
Okay. So we hold the people accountable. All right.
Yeah.
So, quick shout out to the Los Angeles Guillotines. That's our rugby team. They just made it to the championship game. Just a quick shout out to them. Interesting logo though. You know what I mean? I don't know if you could put that on a kid. They got
That's a martini.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got the
Guillotines.
Guillotines, LA Martini.
They ain't gonna be able to keep that.
Hey man, if they winning, they could.
They win the ship. That's a hard jersey though.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Hey, said Lynden in his feelings.
Hey man, I'm just passionate about right and wrong, man. That's it. It ain't nothing like when he was dissing men, I was cool with it too. It was funny as hell because a lot of niggas
said, "Who hurt you, bruh?"
Because a lot of it's just a lot of. First of all, when he was clowning niggas, it was hilarious too. Because men be tripping, like the things he chooses to talk about, we be tripping in that area.
We understand, but once again, Lynden, like I said, we have to have a conversation. Yeah. We all need to be accountable.
We're also supposed to talk about coercion.
Yeah, man, I don't know if we got time. Let's bring up
coercion.
And I ain't hurt, nigga. I'm fine.
So coercion.
We got 2 minutes, man.
Yeah, we got to go with this quick. This is just like a PSA announcement. Be careful out here.
Especially young men, right? Be careful. Be careful because this sexual coercion is...
Put up some examples.
Okay.
Guilt tripping. So basically this is sexual assault for those who did not know. Common coercion tactics include guilt tripping, making threats, emotional blackmail, giving you drugs or alcohol with the goal of lowering your inhibitions.
Yes, so even if you, gentlemen, if you take a woman to dinner, you buy her drinks and say, "Oh, let's go back to my house and have some more drinks, and chill for the rest of the night." She can wake up and be like, "Oh, I wasn't planning on having a night like this," and she can call sexual assault. Gentlemen, be careful.
Hey, you got your first supporter, man.
Very.
Aaron, man, it's like 100 supporters in there.
I know.
Man, we gotta go.
So just be careful out there, man. We have some other topics, but we can't get to them.
You mad at me over there? Don't be mad at me.
We can't get to them.
With Shima.
All right,
man. Look.
No.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. Once again, thank you so much, AJ McKee, for coming and dropping the bar for us, man. Love you guys. See you next week. Check out that fight Saturday.
That's right.